Alright, this week we're gonna go to a new area that we haven't been to. We've kind of been all around this area, but not quite to the area. This is actually the Asian District in Mesa, Arizona. I don't really know a lot of the history of this area, but this area was completely different when I was a kid. Let's go ahead and take a look. We're gonna get out with you. So I'm not really sure why this area was classified as the Asian District, but when I was younger, this whole shopping center and everything around it is all completely different. So this could be our marquee, I guess. We found it so quickly early on. That's a good shot. The Mesa Asian District. This area has always been like small little shops and stuff, but in the Asian District, many of them are actually like they're modeled after like Asian cultures. So you got a lot of like Korean, Chinese, and Japanese, and all sorts of other things all around the area. We'll take a walk, and I'll try to talk about stuff that used to be here that's not here no more. We're at the corner of Dobson and First here. I'm kind of thinking we should probably make our way across the street. Perhaps. Oh, they got the green, but we didn't get the Walkman. And it's switching really fast. Maybe we'll go there afterwards. That looks like what we're gonna do to it. There's a weird smell wafting through the air, but there is kind of a lot of wind right now. It kind of smells like fish bait, like almost like catfish stink bait. I don't know why that is, but it's very strong. Splatter on the ground there, that's not good. Looks like someone threw a shake. H Mart. I'm not exactly sure what the H stands for in H Mart. But this shopping center, when I was a kid, we would go here all the time. Not to H Mart, but just this shopping center in general. This Spice Spirit Chinese cuisine and bar actually used to be a Blockbuster a long time ago. My family would go get movies there all the time. Movies and video games. There were all sorts of stores and shops, but I can't remember most of them along this line over here. Tipsy Chicken. H Mart, which is now like a Asian kind of grocery store. They sell a lot of like different products that might be difficult to find in general stores. This actually used to be an Albertsons a long time ago. Somebody almost got hit over there. I hear them yelling at each other. Hopefully everything's good over there. It is around 11 o'clock at night. A little earlier than we usually go. H Mart. I've never been in this one. It's a pretty big store though. Discount Tire still over there. Jack in the Box has always been there. Subway's always been here on the corner. So they're still here after all these years. Book Off. Bookstore? Music, games, and consoles. Oh, I didn't know there were games and consoles in there. DISO? I don't know how to pronounce that. Not sure what that area is like. A lot of pink stuff in there. Ice cream, chai tea, Asian Cafe Express. Subway's been there as long as I can remember. And it's still a Subway. We'll walk around here. I think this used to be a Domino's, if it's not still a Domino's. I guess we could walk around and take a look at it. Oh no, it was a Pizza Hut, that's what it was. And it's still a Pizza Hut. I think Domino's actually was back over there. She fell over. And she's okay. Pizza Hut. Going around this way. These stores have always been here. I don't remember what was really in there. There's a Filiberto's that's up the street. That's been there for a really, really long time. The Stone Korean Tofu House. Korean Tofu House. That actually used to be an IHOP, which is International House of Pancakes. These apartments over here are new. They started putting apartments up all along the light rail stations. We're crossing the light rail tracks right now. So the Stone House here, this used to be an IHOP a long time ago. This used to be the IHOP that my grandparents would take me to every time they come out from California. Before they leave, we would always go to IHOP, and then we would go to the airport to go see them off. Got a whole bunch of memories flooding back right now. The Stone. It says that we're open, but it don't look open. And it also says open on the door, but it's not open. So this area, a long time ago when I was a child, this used to be the Tri-City Mall. And it actually was like a full-on shopping mall. On the side over here, I believe that there was an Osco, which is like a drugstore. And for some reason, it was like crazy big compared to normal drugstores. Like, it was massive. And it was like attached to the mall as well. And then I think that there was a Dillard's or a JCPenney. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was JCPenney that was next door to it. And that was a really massive store too. We didn't go into this mall very much when I was a kid. It actually ended up going out of business and being broken down when I was pretty young. I think it was like 5 or 6 when they completely tore down the entire mall and started building all this strip mall stuff. They sold off a lot of the land. The only few times I remember actually going into that mall was going to the drugstore. We would go there all the time for medicines and things like that. But it was actually during Halloween. They had some sort of like trick-or-treat event in the mall. You go between store and store and get candy. And it was kind of weird. Even during that time, it was a really quiet and dead kind of mall. don't know if I can really find any pictures or anything of what Tri-City Mall used to look like. Long ago, around like the 80s and 90s, malls were starting to become a big thing, and they started picking up all over the place here. We used to only have very few malls. I think there was like Metro Center and a couple others that are out in that way, but a lot of small malls started popping up. Like Tri-City Mall was one of them, and it's kind of crazy, but actually like down the street a little ways there's Fiesta Mall, and that one's closed now too. But all these small malls started siphoning off of all the business from the big malls, and then they started going under. And now it looks like 2025, pretty much all the malls are going away now. We still got a few. We got Tempe Marketplace, which I don't really consider that a mall. It's more of a strip mall. It's modernized. And then we got Chandler Fashion Mall. There's also Scottsdale Fashion Mall too. We got Biltmore Center, I think there's one of them. So we got plenty of malls still, but there used to be a lot of malls. The Tri-City Pavilions. I never understood why they called it Tri-City, because this area is pretty firmly seated in Mesa. Normally you'd think that they call something Tri-City if there are three cities that come together in a spot, but it's not really the case. So across the street over here is Goodwill, or not Goodwill, Goodyear. We used to always get the car service at this one. I remember this place pretty well because one time when I was in there and I was a child with me and my brother, they thought that we were so well behaved that they gave us actually a Goodyear blimp. I might still have it somewhere. But it's like a inflatable hanging blimp that was modeled after the Goodyear blimp. I really love that thing. I might still have it somewhere. I can't remember if I looked them up on eBay a while ago, but I think they're really expensive now. Uh-oh. What's going on? He must have got a call. Oh, dang, he's hauling. Something happened. Trying to see what's going on down there. I wonder if that was related to that shouting incident we heard earlier. It's down in that area. Hopefully it's not by where I parked, because that looks really close to it. Let's see if we can't cross the street, and then I can talk about some of these other places that I see here. Hopefully the wind isn't messing up the audio too bad. Looks like he's down a ways. It's really hot outside right now. We have a full moon out there.
Wait.
The thermometer in my car said it was 103 degrees outside right now. And it's crazy because it's like really late at night. It's 103 degrees at night. This is part of the reason why we have problems with our cactus. Because we built all this stuff here, the saguaro cactuses actually get damaged when they can't cool down enough at night. When they cool down at night, that allows like their pores to open to allow it to like breathe. But it never gets cold enough anymore in the city, so they tend to start drying up and rotting away. Liberty Pond. This place has been here for ages. Me and my dad used to come here all the time looking for Nintendo games for the old NES. because usually we can get a good deal on them. Somebody buys the game and then they decide to come over here to pawn it off and sell it. I don't really know why it's called Liberty Pawn, but these features here have been here for a very long time. You have like a mock Liberty bell which says steel alloy on it. It doesn't say Liberty anywhere on the bell. And then you kind of have like this early century settler. You got like the wagons, you got like the plainsmen, the cowboy talking to the Indian over there. The thing that kind of stands out with this place is it's really weird shaped. It's kind of triangular, but it's like rounded triangular. They buy and sell AR-15 handguns and suppressors. If you're looking for guns, come here, I guess. So here's a closer look at the Goodyear. There's a car currently being worked on. That's weird that they're working this late at night. Goodyear's kind of like an auto shop, kind of tire store. They do kind of general repairs and also tires and stuff. Before my dad started doing all that stuff himself, I think we used to get like our brakes and stuff serviced there. I'm not really sure. I was a kid at the time. I don't remember what we did. The thing that really killed Osco was all these other drugstores starting to pop up, like Walgreens. Walgreens came in and started really killing the drugstores kind of market. After that, Osco was kind of starting to go out of business, and eventually, once it became cheap enough, they were bought out by Albertsons, or the company that owns Albertsons. People really like to drive their loud vehicles right now.
Wait.
No. You wait. Kind of glazed over it, pun intended, but there's actually a Krispy Kreme on the corner over here. That used to be a Taco Bell a long time ago. Krispy Kreme, for some reason, went out of business a long time ago, and they were completely out of the valley for a short couple years. And then they recently started popping back up, and that was one of the first ones that reopened back up after the one over at the Arizona Mills closed down. I'm kind of smelling the smell of chlorine. It could be this water treatment thing that we have right here. Oh, I thought it was our turn to go. Lone Max. I don't remember what that used to be. I think it was a restaurant of some sort, but I can't remember what it was. The Hertz rental car has actually been there for a very long time. I never understood why you put a Hertz rental car here. It never really made sense to me because this isn't close to any airport. There may have been a bus station around here at some point, which maybe made more sense with it, but here comes the light rail. The good old hobo train. There's some good people that use it too, but The homeless problem started to become a real big issue here in Arizona after that train was put in. Before that, the homeless population used to always be in Phoenix, downtown Phoenix. Yeah, my hair's blowing everywhere. So Load Max, I don't remember what this used to be. It wasn't always one of those scammy loan places. I'm trying to remember what this thing used to be. I can't remember if this used to be a flower store. It's a really old building and it's been here a while. Now it looks like some sort of a deli. Ooh. You smell a lot of spices. Like a lot of spices. It's hard to explain what kind of spices I'm smelling because I smell a lot of them and it smells strong. Tea and mocktail. The Kicking Crab. I like the design of their logo, it's kind of cool. Property under 24-hour surveillance, no skateboard, no loitering. Well, we're kind of just walking through, we're not loitering. Loitering would be like laying around. So this place, it used to be a Target. I think the Target used to be out here. And it was kind of like an L-shaped shopping center. I can't remember all the other stores along the edge here because we pretty much only used to go to the Target. But they've completely redone this place. And this is kind of the prime area of the Asian District. This is called Mekong Plaza. It's weird because from the outside it looks just like a normal strip mall, but this is actually a full-on internal mall. Like you can actually go inside there and there are shops inside. There's actually some pretty cool grocery stores inside there too. I've been in there once. I haven't really had a need to go in there multiple times. I don't consume a lot of the cuisine stuff to be needing to go in there to buy the materials to make it a lot. There's an ice cream place. This is one of the few places in Arizona that actually serves rolled ice cream. Roll Avenue ice cream. So what they do is they have like a really cold plate and they put like the fresh milk and your ingredients on it and they like scrape it back and forth across the cold surface to roll it into ice cream rolls. For some reason the fishy smell is back over here. It doesn't like smell like dead fish, it smells like bait. Like fish bait. Kind of hard to explain. So in this area over here, it's now all these different places. This actually used to be the Target. We spent a lot of time going to this Target. It was one of our main stores. They get things like clothes and stuff, and food and things. Other things that we couldn't get at Albertsons across the street. I remember camping outside here multiple years for the sales that they would do on Black Friday. Before Black Friday became super overrated and nobody cares about it anymore. You actually had to sit outside of stores. And we would sit outside this one frequently because it's one of the closest ones to the house, which would allow us to get like very early up in the line. But it also was just most convenient in getting what we needed to get. I remember I bought the our parents bought us the Game Boy Advance when it first came out. We camped out night to get the Game Boy Advance when Target opened in the morning. My brother got it for his birthday because I think it came out on his birthday. And he got the atomic purple one. Mom bought me the ice white one, and I still have them both. Some good memories there. I don't remember where Kmart used to be. I don't think it was in the shopping center. It was somewhere else, but Kmart and Target were very competitive back then. Eventually Target won out. I hear Kmart's still really big in Australia and places. The last Kmart closed out here around the time of the pandemic, like 2019-ish, late 2019. I was actually wanting to go to their last store before it closed, but I never made it. I believe they got bought out by Sears, or they bought out Sears, one of the two. And that was kind of the thing that really did them in. So that's a little bit of the history of my area. I'm blanking out a little bit on what the other stores that used to be next to Target are, because I just can't remember what those things were. Where's the button? Missed the time. Hit the call button. This area is actually right up the street from the emission test center. We drove there to get the old car emission tested a little bit ago. Something else I didn't really talk about. There's like a storage center over here by the railroad tracks. That used to be like multiple different businesses. I think it was like a shipping and a logistical place at one point. And then it turned into a skate park, like an indoor skate park. But now I think it's a self-storage place or something. I think that's what's over there. I haven't really been over to that area. I never skateboarded when I was young, so we never went there for the skate stuff. There's this furniture outlet store that's a little bit beyond where the car is. Every single furniture store that's been put there has gone out of business. I don't know why people put furniture stores there. I've never even been in that store. Apparently it's like multi-story. Might be like 3 layers tall. Maybe something like an IKEA, but with different types of furniture than IKEA would sell. But every single one of them has gone out of business. And they usually always have like some sort of super sale signs like everything 50% off or more. And I still don't see anyone ever go there. On the way to Evett, when I was back in high school, I used to go to the East Valley Institute of Technology for video production and broadcasting. We would drive by this area every day to get to the school, because we had to drive from the high school on the bus. Heard the clicking of the bike. Decided to move. guess we could take a quick look at this place over here. Staging rents upstairs in the loft. It's called Units. That's the place over there. They have it really decorated with like some sort of like yellow splash wave. But that at one point was like a logistics center. I think they loaded stuff on and off of the trains over here. And then it was a skate park. And now it's a self-storage unit. So how these things would work is you like order these and they would drop it off at your house. And then they would come pick it up and then put it in the storage part here. Here's the furniture outlet. Looks like it's 2 stories tall. Looks pretty interesting from the outside looking in, especially this glass window. I'm never really in the need of furniture. It's something that you buy very rarely. Maybe I'd have to go in there someday. I've driven by this place so many times, and I've never been in there. The outside architecture is kind of cool. It has like these wires going all the way up, and then there's like these metal bars that kind of cross off between them. It sounds like we might actually have a train coming. Is that what that noise is? That'd be a cool thing to capture. Let's go see. I can't tell if it's a truck or if it's a diesel engine of a locomotive. Oh, maybe it's the Swift driver. Oh, okay. I think it's the Swift driver. He's making a delivery. I was hoping that we'd be seeing a train. Supposedly you can find the train schedule somewhere. I don't know where you look for it. Long ways down there, I don't see any trains. That could be a train over there. I see like a sparkly kind of yellow, but it's really far off in the distance. It looks like it might even be more than a half hour away. It smells like sulfur over here, almost like what a shotgun shells smell like. Alright. Well, this place kind of has some of the deepest history for me, anyway. It's kind of my childhood neighborhood centers. We're right up the street from where we used to live when I was a kid. It's kind of crazy coming down here as an adult, walking around just seeing how different it was. I mean, that wasn't even like 25 years ago at this point. The place is like unrecognizable from what it used to be. But in a good way. It's good to see that it's still thriving here. Let's get home. It's really hot right now. I didn't bring any water either, so that's always been an issue. Hear the sound difference inside the car. Let me readjust my phone onto the mount here. Okay. Alright, so hopefully you guys like the Asian District and we're just walking around on it. Like and subscribe. Leave comments if you guys like. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys next week for some more binaural recording sites to sound with me, host Darian. Have a good one.